When I tell people I spent the whole month of January in Hawaii, the reaction is always the same. You are so lucky. How was the beach? Did you learn to surf? My name is Taylor, and during my past January term at Hamline University, I did an environmental studies internship in Hawaii through the Center for Global Environmental Education. Yes, Hawaii is a tropical paradise, but as I discovered, there's a whole other dimension under the surface of palm trees and white sand beaches. I began to glimpse this other dimension as I learned about Hawaii's natural and cultural history. No island chain in the world is as distant from the nearest continent as is Hawaii. So all species, including humans, have had to travel great distances to get there, and Hawaiian plants and animals evolved in isolation from the rest of the world. The Polynesians, the first people to reach the islands, traveled 2,500 miles across open ocean to Hawaii around 1,200 years ago. While they established a rich culture that relied solely on what nature had to offer, they also cleared land and hunted some native species to extinction. But these changes were minimal compared to what happened when the Europeans arrived in the 1700s. They introduced wild hogs that destroyed habitats and mosquitoes that spread disease. They opened the door to a whole host of non-native species that changed Hawaii's natural communities forever. They also brought cultural changes that were equally as profound. These included loss of language, suppression of religious practices, and disruption of subsistence activities. Today, though Hawaii is one of the smallest states in the U.S., it is home to more than 1/3 of our endangered species. I encountered a nest of endangered nene, the Hawaiian state bird, related to the Canada goose. Though their numbers were as low as 30 individuals in 1954, they are now protected and making a comeback. The Hawaiian language is only spoken by about 1% of Hawaiians today. There are, however, many Hawaiians working to preserve and protect their environment and culture. Through my internship, I encountered a unique Hawaiian community at the Kekula Ni'ihau o Kaua'i Learning Center. This school teaches both English and the Ni'ihau dialect of Hawaiian. The students are all connected to the small island of Ni'ihau, 17 miles off the coast of Kaua'i. It's called the Forbidden Island because visitors are not allowed. I joined a group of University of St. Thomas students who were doing a service learning project at the Kaua'i school. The project offered the students from St. Thomas and those from the Kaua'i school a chance to see the world from a different point of view. Those of us from Minnesota were surprised by the differences and similarities between our experiences in mainland school systems and the Kaua'i Learning Center. In the same day, the Kaua'i students read classics like The Crucible, a book I read in high school, ate poi, and chanted and prayed in their native language. In their biology lesson, they learned the significance and medical uses of certain Hawaiian plants, an important part of traditional culture. We helped the Kaua'i students prepare for the Makahiki Festival. This event celebrated cultural traditions while promoting health and fitness. Each student made and decorated a kihei, which is traditional dress for this event. On each kihei, the students made leaf rubbings of the native plants they had just learned about in biology. Once the kiheis were made and decorated, everyone was excited to get out of the classroom and play ancient Hawaiian games on Poipu Beach Park.
So the Makahiki season ran for 4 months in ancient Hawaii, and during that time there was no war. And so what they did was they developed these games to keep their warriors fit. And so this event was called the Makahiki event.
sense of place. They come here, it's a beautiful beach. There's whales in the water. This is their aina, this is their home to chant. I mean, I was moved, I cried when they were chanting, you know, just to connect to their culture here on their aina in this beauty and know that this is theirs, this is their legacy. So I think it's just a matter of knowing where you belong. So that's what I think is the big takeaway, not only just your health and moving around, but just knowing that this is your home, this is where you belong, forever, wherever you go.
From the time I entered the Kaua'i school, I was moved to learn what it really means to be connected to one's heritage and cultural traditions, while also living in the modern world. Seeing how this community incorporates their past into their lives today caused me to reflect on my own cultural heritage. I realized I am not as connected to my Scandinavian roots as I thought I was, but that the Minnesota culture I grew up in has had a much greater impact on who I am today. It's been fun to stay in contact with the students, and it's always great to see them writing in Nihiau on Facebook.